Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving deep into the phrase, nothing changes if nothing changes. Julia, when you first heard this, how did it strike you, especially as an English learner?
It really hit me, Jason. It sounds simple, but it's a powerful reminder that if we repeat the same actions, our life, whether English learning or anything else, won't move forward. It's almost like standing on a treadmill. Lots of effort, but no real progress, unless you step off and try a new path.
That's a vivid analogy. So, in the context of language learning, it's not just about wanting change, but about taking action, right? If I always say, I wish I spoke better English, but never practice, my skills won't magically improve.
Exactly. It's like someone who dreams of running a marathon, but never leaves the couch. No matter how strong the desire, without small, consistent changes like putting on your running shoes, you'll stay in the same spot. The same goes for building English confidence and skills.
And that's why this phrase becomes a life motto for so many. It's not just for big transformations, but also for those tiny daily choices that add up over time.
So, let's explore the real reasons people get stuck. Jason, I think fear tops the list. Many learners worry about making mistakes or being laughed at.
Absolutely, Julia. I've seen it countless times. Fear can be paralyzing. There's a fascinating study from Cambridge showing over 65% of language learners avoid speaking due to fear of embarrassment. It's a universal struggle.
And then there's comfort. Our brains love routine, even if those routines aren't helping us grow. Watching shows in your native language or never leaving your comfort zone feels safe, but it quietly keeps you stuck.
You're spot on. And let's not forget the myth of the perfect moment. Waiting for the right time is a trap. Real change comes from starting now, even if it's just 5 minutes a day. Research shows habits built in small increments are 70% more likely to last.
Exactly. So, if you're listening and feeling stuck, know you're not alone. But staying stuck is also a choice, and it can be changed with one tiny action.
Let's shift gears and talk solutions. Julia, why do you think small changes matter so much in language learning, even more than drastic efforts?
Small changes are less overwhelming and easier to stick with. It's like compound interest in a bank account. Each day's effort builds on the last. For example, learning 3 new words a day adds up to 90 in a month. That's significant vocabulary growth.
That's a great point. And it's not just vocabulary. If you spend 10 minutes listening to English daily, after a month, you've absorbed 5 hours of native content. Imagine how much your listening improves compared to doing nothing.
Exactly. Plus, small steps reduce fear. Asking someone to study for 3 hours sounds impossible. But saying one sentence aloud, or changing your phone settings to English, that's doable. Success with those small wins builds confidence for bigger challenges.
And the science backs it up. Behavioral psychologists have found that stacking tiny, easy-to-achieve habits is the most reliable path to sustain change, whether that's fitness, language, or any personal goal.
To really bring these ideas to life, let's share some real stories. Jason, I'll never forget Fatima, a shy student from Morocco. She started speaking one English sentence to herself in the mirror daily. That tiny habit changed everything for her.
That's inspiring. I remember Arman from Afghanistan. He listened to our podcast for 15 minutes each morning on his way to work. Over 3 months, he went from struggling to understand to making his own English videos for others. It all started with that daily walk.
And see, neither of them moved to an English-speaking country or spent hours in class. Their change was simple, repeatable, and part of their routine. Imagine if every listener made a similar, small switch today.
Exactly. It's proof that you don't need perfect grammar or ideal circumstances. Just the courage to act. Listeners, if you're doubting yourself, remember, these stories started with one small, sometimes awkward step. You can do it too.
And your story could inspire someone else. That's the ripple effect of change. One small action can spark a wave of progress, not just for you, but for others in your community.
So, Julia, Even small changes can feel tough when fear or doubt creeps in. What mindset shifts help people push through and turn action into habits?
The biggest shift is accepting that fear is normal. It's not a stop sign, it's a sign that you're growing. I always tell learners, feel the fear and do it anyway. Courage isn't about being fearless. It's about acting despite fear.
I love that. Another essential strategy is focusing on consistency over perfection. Psychologists call this the progress principle. If you celebrate small wins, your brain builds motivation and confidence. Perfectionism, on the other hand, usually leads to giving up.
Absolutely. And practical tools help too. For instance, pair your new English habit with something you already do, like listening to an English podcast while cooking or saying a sentence when you check your messages. This habit stacking increases your chances of success.
That's a smart technique. And for our listeners, remember, don't wait for motivation. Action creates motivation. Start with the smallest possible step today and tomorrow. Repeat it. That's how real, lasting change begins.